around with one of my homies. Before we got like 2 blocks down, my phone rang. Yo, they just said, yo, you trying to come down? But the original battle wasn't for Murder Mook. It was for Loaded Lux. Yeah. I was supposed to battle Loaded Lux,
yeah?
like for the whole beginning. Like all my writing stuff, so when I actually started writing, was for Loaded Lux. And then, no, I've been said this. If you look at back on interviews, I said it. Like, no, it was Loaded Lux at first. And then before the battle even came, like before it got to the battle, that's when they switched. It was like, well, I don't know if Lux wanted to do it no more, or whatever case may be. And Mook said, yo, Mook could do it. And I'm like, whoever stand there, we're going to get it done.
All right, so what I'm about to ask you is super important. Before they switch the battle, how much time is in between them switching it from Lux to Mook?
I can't remember. I want to say it was like 2 weeks to a month, because it was a fast switch. It wasn't like, oh, you get the whole different time to write some new. I was like, all right, I'm going to tweak this to say this, and we're going to use it. Like, if you look at my round with Mook, it'd be like 25 loaded up, 45 loaded up. That's supposed to say 25 loaded Lux, 45 loaded Lux. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was supposed to go that way. Yeah.
So don't raps.
I ain't even get
Lux.
I ain't even get to do all the raps I had, because I had to learn in real time. And I shot Mook out to this. Mook, if you look at it, Mook was the first person to do intentional disses. The battle one we knew was who got the hotter rap. So that's what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to go up there, say, flame, get it over with. He was already writing for reading them. If you look at the battles, a lot of them first 2 bars or the first 2 raps was for reading them. So his shit was already planned out. Like, he didn't start dissing me towards like the end of it. You know what I'm saying? But it was direct. Right. He was rapping direct. I wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? So now even the shit that I actually had memorized, it's gonna sound crazy with me saying that with you coming directly at me. So I had to like tweak, and that's why I ended up freestyling towards one of the ends, because I'm trying to like, all right, if he's doing this, how the fuck we gonna keep up and doing that? But then you gotta remember, I don't know nothing about this. So now I'm just trying to figure this out on the fly. Like, I don't know if Mook got paid, but I ain't getting paid from that. I ain't getting none of that. Dog, I don't even
reach out to anybody or anything, or you
dog, like, if I knew this, it would be a whole different conversation. That can walk past me in the mall. You can walk past me in the mall the day of tomorrow, because it wasn't Smack, it was somebody else. Yeah, we wasn't talking at the time. For the promo that they had, like at the time. Well, I don't know if he wasn't talking to me. I wasn't talking to him. The young boy comment he had, like he had some joint saying I was a pup, like his pup, and I wasn't really. I was like, I'm cool. Like now I don't be too on, but when I was young, you couldn't say certain words to me, and I wouldn't be like on you for it. Like you couldn't call me a young boy, you couldn't call me a pup, you couldn't call me none of that. Like, because I looked at that as a respect thing. So if we the same age and you say something like that to me, dog, you don't respect me. So now I'm on you, like you really said something disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? But we end up fixing all that. But at the time, we just wasn't on a talking basis. That wasn't supposed to be him. That wasn't even supposed to happen. I hate it had to be him, but that wasn't even supposed to happen at all. The same way it shocked me. Like that's the same way it shocked me, because I wasn't expecting it. See, my thing is, if I hate when people do stuff that I would never do. So if I can't see myself doing it, it rubs me the wrong way when other people do it. And that's what happened. So to say how I started, I was in a crib and Reese called me. Shout out to Cat. Reese called me, was like, yo, such and such just came at us on this and this and this and that. I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? He said, yo, such and such just came at us on this interview. Or da da da. So I'm like, all right, let me check it out. So when I checked it out, I seen the joint when he was like, oh, such and such wash, such and such wash, such and such wash. And he named like everybody that was in our group. Like he named like me, Reese, Kaboom. I think he said Daddy-O and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because it's like, all right, if we click and we gang, bro, it's a million on these DVDs that you could have named that's not in our squad. Sorry to say it. If I'm going to do an interview and I'm going to go that far, I'm going to just say anybody else's name except the niggas I'm with. Like, you're never going to hear me. I don't care how bad you got it. I'm never going to kick down into that's supposed to be who I was around or any of that. So when he did it, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And at first, it wasn't going to be a song back and forth. I was just going to throw a little shot back on one of my EPs. So that's how I was just going through that, and that's it. Like, I'm going to throw this little subliminal because I ain't wanted to bring attention to it because I could see the whole thing was like, I knew he wanted the attention from that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just throw a subliminal through the actual project. But that's when they start doing the lives. That's when everybody start doing the lives and everything start going crazy. And that's when we end up on a live with the Murder Mook situation. You know what I'm saying? When we ended up on live for the first time. So after we ended up on live, I got a bad poker face. Like, if I'm not feeling something with you, I can't key with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I didn't get to see you yet. So I don't want to key with you. And then when I see you, I address something with you. And it seemed like a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, so mine's was when we did the live with Johnny and them, we was all laughing and joking. Like, that was the first time me and Mook ever seen or talked or had any kind of conversation, period. You know what I'm saying? So we was all having like a little time, and that's when NH got on. So when NH got on, the energy changed, and Johnny pointed it out. And Johnny was like, yo, hot, you good? Because your energy kind of changed for a little, you know what I'm saying? Because again, like I said, I don't know how to key with. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. He's gonna have to stand on them comments they said. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that was the thing he was talking about. So when that happened, they brought Reese Man on, the fire starter. So once they brought Reese on, Reese started going off, left field. This, hey, you this, you said this, and da. So him and H start going at it. So while him and H start going at it, H feel surprised because he like, why are you coming at me like that? Not knowing that, hey, you still throw this energy out. You get what I'm saying? So when it went from that, it was still supposed to be just a shot. That's it. It was just still going to be, I was still thinking in my head like, yo, my next project, I'm going to just throw that and whoever grabs it, grabs it. Whoever catch it, catch it. Because it was still, at that time, it was just the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. I think it was the conversation. Yeah. So when that happened, H started talking crazy to me and Reese now. Now for me, you talking too crazy in this live. And he like, yo, you not seeing me. You never was seeing me. You know you can't play with me like that. And da. I'm like, oh, all right. So if that's how you feel. So my thing was, I don't really do the talking back and forth. Like you see the whole beef. I was never on live. I'm not doing all that live. We already did too much. Everybody doing too much back and forth on these lives. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, instead of throwing the song out how I wanted to throw it out, I'm going to throw it out like this. You get it tomorrow. So as soon as we finished that joint, I just took it. Threw that shit on the ground. And for real, that did more than it was supposed to do. It was only supposed to be a light jab. The conversation was literally supposed to be a light jab. Now, I know I'm talking crazy on that, John, but if you look at the song, the beat that I picked, all that, it was supposed to be like Drake charged up. It was literally supposed to be one of them joints where you overthink it. Like you kind of like, or that joint corny, I'm not replying to that song, or I'm going to take this person like, or for you to feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it bit. Then that shit hit harder than it was supposed to. Because, again, I was waiting for that. Niggas don't understand, bro. I was waiting, bro. I studied this shit, bro. I studied this shit. Dog, it's sometimes I sit and walk around the house just listen to diss records, bro. Literally. That's it. Like, and remember I told you when we was going at it when they first started going at it with the Touch Money headshot, John, like, I couldn't wait. Like, because, again, I grew up off of the State Prop, D-Block, that shit. So I just felt like that was our time to do that back then. And since I never got it, I felt deprived. So I was waiting for a nigga to slip up.
Yeah, I mean, I think you and H both.
Oh no, we
went
we
crazy.
ended up talking already. Like we ended up talking. I gave him his props for the last one. The last one, the one I actually fucked with. He gave me my props for the second one. I gave my props for his props for the last John. Like, he went on that last John.
Who was the first one to take the shot between you and Joey? Who was the first one to just put it up?
Joey never responded. He tried to. Now the thing is, he responded, but nobody caught it. He responded, but nobody caught it. Like so, it's funny because after I did what I did, right, and I had everybody talking about the joint. Why Joey trying to talk with that long ass head? That joint. What happened was me and Joey had the same producers. So he ain't really, he called my producer while I was there. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't know that I could hear him. My producer didn't know that I could hear him. You know what I'm saying? Because the phone was loud as shit and he had turned the music off. So he had got on the joint like, yo, da-da-da-da-da. Yo, this one for hot. He ain't got no cheese in. Making like a Rican. Hat boy, trap boy, that joint. And I'm like, oh, okay. Ain't paid no mind. Never said it, but it never came out. But when it did, so like a couple months later, it ended up coming out. And when I heard it, nobody caught on to it because he said it so fast and he said it under his breath. So I ain't want to respond. It's like, all right, you ain't really dissing me. You just threw a little shot here. You know what I'm saying?